Boo. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's get cracking. Oh, God. Sorry, I looked over and I noticed, Michael did not make it through that attack. I already started at like 5 when finals opened up. That's fine. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, Draco. How's the grind going? Hi, Zon. How's the grind going? Right back at you. Not bad. I can, do the level 95 in about 4 to 5 turns. So it's not bad. Ideally, I can tighten that up to 3, but straight to business. More or less straight to business, yes. So we've had some new people stop by the GRANBLUE streams who, from their comments in chat, they're not GRANBLUE players, so I will go over what's happening over the next few days briefly, because there's gonna be a lot of GRANBLUE. So, for the girls and the boys and the non-binary folks, unite and fight. Hi, Flan! So, 1 minute 30 seconds. Damn, look at you go. Look at you go. But yeah, so for the people new to my streams who have never watched me play Unite and Fight before, or don't play GRANBLUE, essentially Unite and Fight is a PvP event, but it's in the form of teams, and you're not fighting each other directly. You are fighting bosses, and you rack up what's called honors, and if you have higher honors than the opposing team by the end of the day, then you win. That's pretty much as simple as that. And you get 4 opponents once you beat the preliminaries. So it was preliminaries on Friday. Saturday it was like a calculation break day. All the teams got assigned to their ranks. Hi, Luna! How's the grind going? So yeah, everyone got assigned to their appropriate ranks, and now is the first day of finals. And then there will be 4 days of finals, so the last day would be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, my time. You're not playing Guild Wars! Gasp. Whatever, that's fine. Going to work, okay, well, have a good time at work. Yeah, so basically until Wednesday, we're playing GRANBLUE and grinding. Unless, sometimes by, day 2 or 3 of the event, I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of streaming GRANBLUE, I'm gonna do something else. So then I stream something different, but after I finish stream, I go and do my grinding after. So we'll see how things go. I'm still in the process of making up my schedule for the week. So let's... Oh, yep, there we go. Let's hop over to the room. There we go. Everything should be at a good volume, good pace, all that stuff. But obviously, if it starts getting really loud or what have you, I will let you know. I have not gotten a celestial weapon through drops yet. My Doncho just posted in Discord that he got one. The bastard. There might have to be a mutiny here. I'm the first officer. Our Doncho might have to encounter a tragic accident so I can steal his account. No! Aw, that sucks. In theory, it should happen, right? It's just a matter of statistics. I'm just kidding, Zon. I wouldn't actually do that. Because then I'd have to give up the characters I do have that he doesn't. Because from my understanding, from what I remember, he doesn't have Beelzebub like I do, if I remember correctly. He does have 000, and he does have Dragon Wife, so I mean, it's tempting. It's just a matter of when exactly. The good news, though, is I threw a couple more rolls at the current banner. Like, I talked myself out of spending, like, you know, like $150 to get the spark. Because it's like, just because I want the... It feels like wasted if I don't. Doesn't mean I should spend that amount of money going for it. That's the gotcha gambling addict in me. But I was able to... So I threw in a couple rolls because I did want to get some New Year's skins anyway, and you know, you get the free tickets with that. So I got a couple of those, then I managed to get enough gold moons to have a Seattle ticket. So, whenever Dragon Waifu is up on rate up again, I can just use the ticket and get her. So yay, free. Well, yeah. It's free in the respect that it is a bonus included in the purchase of the skin. It is not technically incorrect to call it free. I very rarely spend money on GRANBLUE. It's usually skins I buy, and then, like, you know, I have the tickets. And then once in a blue moon, usually towards free roll season, or, like, you know, like Fest or whatever, sometimes I'll buy a couple rolls just to try and push myself over to get, like, a spark or something. I try and be really chill about spending money, because I was really bad about going absolutely, like, unhinged, unmanageable in terms of gacha spending. So I've had to learn to rein it in. It's one of those things where it's like, when you know you have an addictive personality. Because, like, without getting, like, you know, super serious stuff like that, there is, like, history of alcoholism in my family, which is why I try not to go too crazy, and why it's a blessing in disguise anyway that the medication I have to take for my chronic illness doesn't mix with alcohol. So when I started getting into gacha, I'm like, I have a feeling I know how this is gonna go. So I reined it. So it did get bad. This was years ago, though. This was like 6-7 years ago. But so now it's not too bad, but I should be more careful. So usually I only buy the skins for GRANBLUE. For the other games, I'll limit myself just to like the Welkin Pass or like the daily login pass, because I just treat that like as though it's like, oh yeah, like, you know, if this was an MMO, that would be my monthly subscription fee. So I just treat it like that, and then I try not to get anything outside of that. Sometimes I do, though, because, I mean, like, for example, Reverse 1999 has a weekly pack that's 99 cents, so it's like, okay, well alright, well, fine, I'll get that. Try. I'm usually pretty successful. End of the year is where I usually get off the rails in restricting myself, because there's everything has the guaranteed SSRs, like, New Year rate-ups, all that stuff. Uh-oh, there goes Michael. She's a little squishy. But that's fine. We have my girl Fro. 1,000 on gacha games like it's nothing. Yeah. That used to be me like a long time ago, and that's why I try and be very open and tell people it's like, yeah, like, you know, like it's really easy to fall like down that rabbit hole. Because what always ended up happening with me is like, you know, 110 pull depending on the game. It varies per game, but usually it's around like, you know, $30. And like you're like, oh yeah, like I'll just buy like, you know, a couple rolls. And like it doesn't actually feel like you spent the amount of money you do until you check your bank account or your card statement, and then you see all of like the $30 charge, $30 charge, $30 charge, $50 charge, and then it's like, oh god, okay. For better or worse, the Spark system in most games have now, or like, you know, the pity system. Yep, exactly, it has. Oh yeah, because it used to be all I would play is Fate Grand Order, and they did implement a pity system until recently. And it's a garbage pity system to begin with, so. And they don't have daily login stuff, so yeah, that. I don't go crazy with FGO, but the fear of missing out was such a huge thing, because I was the only one in my friend group who got Merlin back when that particular character was the meta support character. And so the ego boost I got from that years ago made it really hard to stop the spending. But finally it works. That's the thing, right? If you are was the rise of pity systems a gambling law thing? If not directly a gambling law thing, like I know for like Genshin and Honkai it definitely is, because China has some very strict laws about gambling and also about gaming stuff. So that's why basically every single Chinese gacha game with a Chinese developer has some kind of pity system, and that just started to normalize it. And then in the case of GRANBLUE, they've had sparks for a long time, and you can actually look it up. It's called was it the monkey incident, the Andira incident? Basically, I had mentioned before that every year, GRANBLUE releases a character that's inspired by whatever the new Chinese zodiac animal for the year would be. So this year they released a dragon because, you know, in February, once the Lunar New Year hits, it's going to be the year of the dragon. Last year was a rabbit, etc., etc. So back when they first started adding these characters, they didn't have the Spark system, which is the pity system now, which is like you put 300 pulls into our banner, basically 30-10 pulls, and you can pick whichever character you want that's on the list of sparkable characters. So usually it's the characters that are on Rate Up, and sometimes there's like a few that are hidden that like you can grab as well. So apparently, allegedly, like per the story, someone basically spent the equivalent of money it would take to buy a house, or they sold their house to get the money. It was something crazy like that, because they weren't getting the character. And it got to the point that the Japanese diet, so basically the Japanese federal government had to get involved and force GRANBLUE to implement some kind of pity system. Yeah, I read the story a long time ago, so I don't remember the full specifics. My heart dropped when hearing that story. Oh god, yeah, it's so sad. Fate has similar stories, because, like, you know, there are the people who go to... They actually pay the money to go to England and visit the grave of King Arthur and do their pulls there to try and get a saber. And yeah, there you hear the stories of people who have spent, like, you know, like, the same thing, like, months worth of rent, the equivalent of a house, like, that kind of stuff, trying to get these characters. And that's why a lot of them have the pity system now. But yeah, so for the specific GRANBLUE story, it's been so long since I read it, I don't remember the specific details. That was before I started playing GRANBLUE. But yeah, so basically, when there's like sparks or stuff like that, sometimes you'll see a meme in the fandom going like, oh, like, God bless the monkey god kind of thing, because Andira was the monkey zodiac. So it's directly thanks to her that you can do 30 rolls in this game and pick your character. So it never got that bad from me, but there is definitely a lot more consumer, like, credit card debt than I would like that I definitely caused in my folly years from gachaing because of fear of missing out. And so I know a lot of people are like, yeah, like, I mean, I agree, like, gacha can be horrible in that way, but I'm glad there's at least the pity system now. So either, like, teenagers or people in their young 20s don't have to go through the shit I did. Sometimes you do, yeah. It comes down to a matter of luck, basically, because, yeah, if you're very lucky, like, my best friend Iduna, we joke about her having the golden horseshoe up her butt, because there has been very, very few times where she has not gotten the character she wants. Like, she got C6 Chun-Li in Genshin, and I think she lost the pity twice doing that, all in one go. So, like, she had saved up all her money for it, and so, like, she barely had to... So, like, she basically got him for a discount. Lucky? Yeah, she's crazy lucky. She got Dragon Wife as well in GRANBLUE, and she barely plays the game anymore. So I was razzing her on stream, saying, you better actually play this game now. Like, I asked you to bless my rolls. But yeah, no, she gets crazy lucky with her gacha rolls. So yeah, it depends if you actually do get lucky with the 50-50, and then, you know, what ends up happening after, it's like, do you stop if, like, you don't get 50-50, or do you keep going? Because where it starts getting really, pricey nowadays is people trying to get, like, you know, like, maximum copies of the character. So it's like, you know, C6, Donhen, like, all that stuff. Well, I guess in Honkai Star Rail it's E6, but we're splitting hairs. And then, you know, there's, like, the character weapon. You gotta do pity for that as well. So, like, it depends on when you let yourself stop. Losing a 50-50 is pain. It is. That's purely why. And Genshin, I don't have Venti yet, even though he's one of my favorite characters. Just every single time his banner comes up, there's gonna be another character right after, and I lose the 50-50. And then I'm here like, do I keep going or do I save? And I always end up, like, saving. Because I think the last few times he's been on Raid Up, it was right before a show banner, and Show is my absolute favorite character. And so I'm slowly trying to C6 him, so it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to wait. Oh, nice, congratulations! It's nice when the 50-50 does work out. All the Archons, nice. I have Furina and Nahida. I don't really plan on collecting all of the Archons. I try very hard to just go limit my gacha-ing to characters I want versus, like, you know, who's good in meta kind of thing. But that means in Honkai Star Rail I have almost everyone because everyone is really cool. But in Honkai Star Rail, they've already started doing rerun banners of characters that came out 3 months ago. So it's like, okay, I didn't get Blade during his first run, but I have him now, like that kind of stuff. Yeah, the Shogun is great. That's another character that could get tempting because every time they have her in a showcase for an event, I try her out and she does insane numbers and it's like, ooh, this is tempting. But I try hard not to just collect for the sake of collecting because every time I open up Genshin and look at all the characters I have that I've barely touched, it makes me really sad. It's like, oh man. Because the way I always logicked C6ing or whatever a character is, it's like, do you actually use them? Like, it's worth it to C6 like your main? But, like, you know, don't C6 every character, because 95% of them are just going to be trapped in your inventory. And then that really feels like wasted money. Or, like, even just, like, wasted resources if you're free to play. Oh god, yeah, the artifact grind. It's a little easier in Star Rail because they don't have quite as many yet, but yeah, in Genshin, I took a break for most of a year because my health was really bad, and coming back, it's like, here's 12 new sets! Fantastic. Great. Oh yeah, with the substats, absolutely. I was ranting to my bestie the other day because in Honkai Star Rail, for a certain set of artifacts to work, you needed a 70% crit rate. And I kept getting unlucky with substats because there aren't a lot of artifacts in Honkai Star Rail that have crit rate as like a main stat. And so like I kept getting stuck at like, you know, like 69.8 crit rate and it was driving me insane. Like, you're killing me here! I, like, finally managed to squeeze it out, but oh my god. Yeah, it's painful sometimes when you're trying to get specific stuff. And, like, there are some characters in Honkai Star Rail, like, especially the supports, they scale off HP main stat. And of course, like, you know, I'm getting HP main stat on the DPS artifacts instead of the support ones. So that's, like, also can just be infuriating when you're doing the gacha grind. GBF is sort of nice in that way because, like, yeah, you're still grinding for sort of artifacts. You're grinding for weapons to put into what they call a grid. But, like, at least as long as you get the weapon drop, you don't need to worry about whether it has, like, you know, appropriate substats or something like that, because for the most part, most of the weapon drops you get will be exactly the same. Like, it's this, if you get, like, you know, like, Sword A that drops from, like, this particular raid, 95% of the time, all Sword A's will be the same. There's a few of them that come with, like, extra skills, but you can get weapons to inherit those, so it's not the worst. So it's like, it can be really annoying trying to get the weapon itself to drop, but at least, like, you know, once you have it, it's like, okay, I just need a few more copies of this so I can max it up to level 100, then, like, I'm set. It is better, yeah. Yeah, because you don't equip... Like, you can give, like, you know, your characters stat up items. Like, there are earrings you can give them. There are rings you can give them. There's something called EMPs, which are basically, like, once they're max level, the more you use them, they'll gain EMP points, and you can use those to give them stat bonuses. But there aren't, like, artifacts tied to the characters. You don't equip the weapons and, like, the equipment to the characters. It's like a shared pool that everything pulls from. So in GRANBLUE, some of the gotchas for the characters, but basically to get a character, you pull their weapon. And some characters' weapons are really strong to use in your grids. Like, they have very good effects. So some of the gotcha grind is going for duplicates of these weapons. But you can still, like, free to play. I'm mostly free to play apart from buying for some of the characters. But, like, there's basically, you know, here's, like, the free-to-play grid, and then here's the pay-to-win grids. And obviously, the pay-to-win ones can be a lot stronger, but, like, unless you're going really ham on the high-level endgame content, you don't need to worry about those. And they're constantly trying to revamp the free-to-play meta to make it stronger. So, everything balances out. Because for the folks who are watching who've never seen GRANBLUE stuff, so, like, this is what your party looks like. You can do, like, you know, make a shit ton of parties. I have, like, parties basically for my most common raids that I do. So here's, like, you know, your main character. Like, the first 3 here are the ones that go into battle with you. These are your backups. A lot of times they'll have bonus if you put them in, like, as sub members. Sometimes there'll be bonus effects. Like, this girl, she'll get bonus effects when she flips to the main line. And this girl, she gives stat bonuses if you have crests, like magic crests, on your character, which this class gives. And it works even if she's in the back line. So she's just here for, like, moral support. And this is what, like, a grid looks like. This is, like, your weapon grid. So, like, you put duplicates, and the plus 99... are basically bonuses you can give the weapons. Yeah, and so then, yeah, you have the summons as well, who also help give you stuff. This is your main summon, and whatever main effect they have, that's gonna affect you in the whole party. and then the rest of these, you can just call them and, like, have them, like, help you out. Like, you know, this one gives everyone, like, you know, triple attacks. Like, they attack 3 times in a turn kind of thing. And these guys are just here for, like, support bonus. Bubs. Yup. I have max bubs. I broke them. Because I managed, during the free rolls the year he came out, I got 2 copies of him. And I'm like, fuck. I might as well just frickin' use the stone on him and break him. So yeah, that's... yeah. So for the new folks, that's basically what the grind is for, like, GRANBLUE. You're grinding for, like, this kind of stuff. And the ones that say grand on it, like this one, these are the ones, like, you get them from pulling a character, and if it says grand, they're usually really good. Not always, but most of them are. And then, yeah, this one you can grind. This one you can grind. This one you can grind. Like, they're from, like, events, basically. And, like, they rerun every few months. So it's like, this is grind. This is grind through a raid. Like, you do, like, a bunch of raids, and then you exchange drops from that raid to get the weapon. This is a drop. This is a drop. This is a drop. So it's a good balance. Summons are... well, sometimes you'll get summons from events. Ah, yes, Doncho. Doncho loves Yggdrasil, so I'm not surprised he's got the Yig summon with him. I'm pretty sure he's sparked for, like, her... like, some of her, like, playable versions. Understandable. You spark for your faves. My pizza's stone cold by now, but that's fine. Oh my god, speaking of my pizza. I get distracted talking to you guys, so then I don't eat as quickly as I should. Hydrate, thank you, don't worry. I've been sipping green tea. But yeah, oh my god, speaking of pizza, so yesterday after stream, I did a grocery order, like for delivery. Like, I was gonna go out and grab it myself, but I was feeling kind of bleh, and it's cold. Because, you know, Canada and stuff, and so I decided, okay, fine, I'll order groceries. And I think most people know about the infamous bagged milk in Canada. Like, it's not all of Canada that has the bagged milk, but a lot of places have it, where instead of buying, like, you know, milk in a plastic container, it comes in a plastic bag, and, like, you put it in a pitcher, basically. There's, like, a pitcher that's specifically made to fit these bags, and you just, like, you put it in there and you cut the corner off, blah, 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 blah. But that means sometimes what ends up happening is you buy bags with leaks. So I opened the fridge at 10 p.m. to get myself a little midnight snack, and there was milk everywhere. So I was not happy. And I mean, sometimes it happens. But, like, you know, like, it made me mad, especially since, you know, I did a grocery order, because, you know, the same thing as when you're buying eggs. You know, you check the eggs in Canada when you're buying bag milk. You're supposed to kind of like give it a check, and because if the milk is basically the bagged milk comes in sets of 3 in a bigger bag. So if one of those bags are leaking, you should be able to feel when you pick up the bigger bag that there's like liquid in it, and there shouldn't be. Because most of the time, like, the leaks are caused by like a micro tear or something like that. Like, basically a manufacturing error. So yeah, 95% of the time, like, if there's a hole in the bag of milk, usually it doesn't get home with you if you check it properly. Oh yeah, no, I had to clean the whole fridge, and that's why I was so mad, because it's like, god damn it. I came to get a little snack, because when I take my medication, I have to make sure I have a full stomach, or basically it can trigger heartburn, because like the medicine, when it dissolves, it produces extra stomach acid, which is fun. So yeah, usually when it's time to take my meds, I'll like get myself like a bowl of cereal or something like that, like something like small. So yeah, I'm here like, man, I just wanted to take my meds and then go to bed. Now I'm here at like 10:30 at night cleaning out the fridge. So yeah, I was not happy. Especially since, like, once I let the delivery guy into our building, it took him a while to get to me. Because he calls me and he goes, okay, so it says your apartment 400. What's the unit number? Sir? It's apartment 400. It's on the 4th floor. Because, like, there are some places in Canada where it's not standardized, but generally, like, yeah, if the apartment number starts with a 4, it's gonna be on the 4th floor. Like, that kind of stuff. And I mean, the number was from, Quebec, where, like, you know, people are pretty much, like, French's first language for the most part. Not everyone, so I'm like, okay. I speak French. I am pretty sure appartement/apartment would make sense to them, but I will give it the benefit of the doubt, language barrier or whatever. But yeah, once, like, I found out the bag of milk was leaking, it goes from ha ha ha, funny inconvenience to, oh my god, what have you done? Oh no, yeah. That stuff can happen. Oh no. Yeah, that stuff can happen. And I'm really understanding. I never get mad when that stuff happens, but it always confuses me. Like, I've had it before where somehow the building number got put as the apartment number. So they show up to, like, you know, like, one of the other apartments, and they're like, what apartment are you in? It says this. Like, oh, well, no. I don't know why it does that. this, get this. And back at it we go. I like the design for the bosses. The past few bosses for United Fight, like one year they were all like eldritch monsters. Like there was a giant crab, like there was a dinosaur. This year they're all like Bishoujo Ultra Waifu. Like, Cassiopeia looks like she should be a heroine in one of, like, the isekai anime or something. A bunch of stuff just started airing anime-wise, actually. I need to catch up A on last season and B try the new stuff. There's one that I saw going around. It was, Seventh Time Loop, My Life as a Villainess, or like something like that. But basically, heroine ends up getting her engagement annulled, and within 5 years, every single time she ends up getting killed somehow, and like she's stuck in a time loop. It's Subaru from ReZero. But now, like, in this, like, current one, she somehow ends up getting engaged to the guy who killed her, like, last loop. So it's, like, one of those things where, like, she's gonna inadvertently end up saving the world because, like, she heals this guy. But she ends up being a badass because she retains all the memories from the past life. So she was a knight in her previous life. And so like she ends up like stealing a sword off some guy and blocking like a strike while wearing like a ball gown, and I'm like, damn! She's so cool, I need to watch this. Haven't seen anything new in a long time? Yeah, that's fine. I go through periods. Oh my god, Shikamori. I did end up actually finishing that one, but the memes were funny. I go through periods where I start watching anime again and then I fall off. I'm trying to get back to it because as a streamer, you need shit to talk about. That, you know, isn't, like, IRL stuff that could get you doxxed. It's a VTubers? Yes, I understand that. Yeah, I've been bad for just watching streams as well. But yeah, since I started VTubing myself, I was like, huh, I need more stuff to talk about. I should start watching shows again. Oh shoot, I forgot to remove the buff. Damn it. It might be too small for you guys to see clearly, but she has a little like diamond here. And it's like a white shield with a 3. So that's damage cut. So before I attacked, I should have used a skill to remove that. But I forgot. But yeah, reverse trope stuff is interesting. I liked, Nozaki-kun for that stuff too. Every time, like, at least once a year, someone rediscovers Nozaki-kun and posts a clip of them playing Nozaki and his buddy playing a dating sim, and then they end up writing BL Dojin. because they feel so bad for the bestie never getting a romantic option, and they're like, okay, I'm a mega artist. I will write an ending for him, and then as they consider everything, they're like, who's the best girl for Tomo? Who's the best girl for Tomo? But then it hits them that the best person for Tomo would be the protagonist, so then they end up writing a BL dojin. Oh my god, please watch Nozaki-kun. It's so funny. Like, in a perfect world, we would get a second season, but it's great just as season 1. Because, yeah, basically, very first scene in, like, episode 1 is the heroine confesses to Nozaki-kun, and he completely misunderstands her because it turns out he is actually a shoujo manga artist, and he thinks she is asking him for an autograph, not trying to ask him out. So yeah, like, he writes shoujo anime, but he is a complete... He's just dense AF. Doesn't understand shit at all. So it's just like a whole slew of zany cast antics. But she becomes his manga assistant to try and get close to him. The usual dance MC. Oh yeah. This guy is just like particularly dense though. Hey there! Hello, dinosaur. Oh yeah, oh god, now I want to re-watch Nozaki-kun. It's so funny. Another great anime that's a comedy to re-watch just for the shits is... Nichijou? That used to get clipped to heck and back. Do a watch-along? I could. My ears are unwrapped today? Yes! My ears are free! I could do a watch-along, maybe. Still need to finish it. More things to add to potential watch-along lists. Maybe that's... Don't know if that would be better for something to do in the Discord once we get that up and running, or something to stream. I will think about it. But yeah, no, Nichijou is great. And then there's The Daily Lives of High School Boys, which I didn't like as much as Nichijou, but also was very funny. And then, another really funny one was My Name is Sakamoto. There's a Discord? Not yet. I've had people asking about it, so I'm in the works of putting it together. So once it is all set up and running, then, like, I'll put it so you could do, like, you know, the command in chat and get the link. Like, someone, Zon had mentioned we should have a Discord, like, a long time ago. But, like, no one else had shown interest at that point. Community members for activities? True. Okay, yeah. I shall consider it. Yeah, it was one of those things that I was like, yeah, at some point, once I've got enough of, like, a consistent community, I should probably do that. And then I had multiple people in a row over a few days of streams asking, what's your Discord? And I'm like, the demand is here. I should get on this. mean, it's not too bad. I just have to sit down and do it and, like... People typing plus Discord or chat. Yeah, it's like, ah, shit. I was joking with my bestie Aduna about that stuff. It's like, what do you mean there's people that, like, follow me and like me? This is weird. No! Not the fuck of Discord, I'm sorry. One day. Hopefully soon. I just need to sit down and do it. Drops. Man, I wish GRANBLUE had drops. Guys! Is this how I get my GBF stuff? I wish! Oh, I wish! Merch? Oh my god. That's another one day for sure. Plushie when? God, honestly, my best friend, she's like God almost like full manager, cause she, if you check my YouTube, you would see it in some of the older clips on my channel, but I started out as like a talking cat, cause like, you know, transforming familiar. My default form is the cat. Now, as I've gotten better at magic, I can be more human. Still got the cat ears, because, you know, anime girl, we gotta have the cat ears. But yeah, she was like, I'm trying to figure out how to make like a plushie of that. I'm like, oh jeez. It's like, well, thank you. She's like, where is the hoodie with the cat ears with the Diana branding on the back? It's like, okay, write this down, write this down. More vessels. We're leveling up stuff. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. But yeah, Nozaki-kun, how many episodes is that? I will have to check. I think Nozaki-kun was only 12 episodes, or it might have been 24. Shoujo anime is either one or the other. My Name is Sakamoto was really funny too, because it's about this dude called Sakamoto, obviously. But he's supposed to be like, you know, the coolest of cool kind of thing, but he's just kind of weird. But he makes an impact on everyone. I think, if I remember right, the author of that unfortunately passed away recently, but it was a really funny series. It's 18. 18? That's an interesting number, okay. I was like, 18? That makes sense. I was like, did they have a bunch of OVAs that I didn't know about? 18 seems a little weird. Oh yeah, no, 12's not bad at all for a watch-along. I mean, Alira Pandora of Niji Sanji EN did a watch-along for all of Hunter x Hunter. Season 2. Oh, so they did have OVAs. Okay. that's not bad. Trying to think of what other comedy animes I've seen that were really good. I mean, like Rohan, Kaminohashi's Mysteries or whatever it's called. Like, it's a daily, it's like a weekly mystery show, but the emphasis is definitely on the comedy because, you know, it's by the author of Katekyo Hitman Reborn. Ah, yes. Darn that IMBD. Time to pull out the annual list. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, IMBD is great for anything that isn't anime. Otherwise, it seems unfortunately a little unreliable. God, I haven't done like a watch along with like friends or stuff in a while. Now that we were talking about it, it reminded me because the last one I did with friends was like Yashahime, the sequel to Inuyasha, which was a bit of a mess, but hey, most series that have a sequel that focuses on the kids are, unfortunately. We all write fanfics about what it would be like to have our for the faves to be parents. In actuality, it's never great. Oh, Konosuba, yeah, Konosuba's pretty good. I haven't, I watched like one episode on Skype. Oh no. I remember Skype. Oh my god! Skullface bookseller Honda-san, that was funny. That was so funny. It's about, so the mangaka used to work in a bookstore, so it's anecdotally based on their experiences, and it's so funny. Because it's a lot of reactions to, like, shit customers ask for recommendations and stuff like that. Like, there was one where, like, so it was like, hi, my daughter sent me here with this list of stuff she would like, and one of them's, like, you know, a hardcore, like, 18 plus BL, like, title. Oh, and My New Boss is Goofy was a really funny comedy, too. And I mean, there's Spy Family as well, if we're talking about good comedies. And Mr. Villain's Day Off, that it's supposed to just start airing soon. That one I know is a comedy. Basically, it's like, you know, what if, like, you know, villains and heroes took the day off? So it's like they're friends in their personal life without knowing the other's, like, secret identity kind of thing. Oh yeah, and Mish Kobayashi's Dragon Maid was technically a comedy as well. Oh my god, the world God only knows? Isn't that? I think that's the Jun Maeda one. That... I heard that one's not the best out of his works, but... Oh, The Devil is a Part-Timer. I think there are like 3 seasons of that. That one's been going on for a while. There's 3 seasons of you? I see. Oh my god. And that's right, Blue Exorcist is getting a new season. Ah! That was one of those ones I was obsessed with when I was younger. Oh, I can't do that. I love the ending for Blue Exorcist Wired Life, but I cannot sing it. It's not my pitch. Oh my god, Ita Azura no Kiss. Oh man, that is arguably a classic, because I think the manga for it was like the 70s, 80s, maybe early 90s. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it like unfortunately never got finished because the mangaka suddenly passed away. Like she was moving house and she fell and banged her head on a table and like she ended up dying suddenly. Head trauma. Get you. That shit can really get you. It's scary, man. Clannad is great, though. I don't know if I want to subject you guys to Angel Beats, but I might. Because that's, written by the person who worked on Clannad, and also, The World God Only Knows, if I remember correctly. And so, it's good, and it's got its funny moments, but it's also sad AF. I haven't kept up with the Blue Exorcist manga, but I have... Every time, like, I see it come up, I'm like, oh, Blue Exorcist? Watched Angel Beats back in, like, 2012, Yeah, that's when I watched it, too. Oh, laid back camp. I'm on Crunchyroll looking at stuff now. You'd probably like Angel Beats. It's just, yeah, I mean, everyone talks about how sad it is, and so, like, you go in with your expectations. Crunchyroll. Don't eat my subscription, I need that. Steins Gate. Oh my god, Steins Gate. I remember the anime being pretty decent. Like, I haven't watched it in a long time, but I watched it when it first, like, came out, like, in an anime club, and, like, it was pretty good. It's looking a little scary. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, right. Haruhi Suzumiya. Nazo nazo da da chigani da 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 do 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 do. Expectations were too high. Yeah. I mean that is the downside of Steins Gate, is it got really hyped up. And I mean, to some extent justifiably, because it was really good. But this is also why I usually end up avoiding super popular stuff, because you set my expectations too high, and I know it's never gonna live up to it, even if it's really good. So it's like I have to wait for like the hype to die down and then like go in with like fresh eyes. Except the confusing watch order. Yeah, I mean, they did that on purpose. Everyone under the sun has made a list of like the quote-unquote correct watch order. But yeah, that's something to throw on the list. Oh my god, Aura! God. I'm in like the 2000s collection, and it keeps like... I keep like be like, oh my god, I remember this from when I was little, and then getting like, you know, punched in the head when I'm like, oh my god, that was 20 years ago. Oh my god, Crunchyroll has the Suzume movie, finally? Amazing. You now remember Endless 8. Oh no. Oh man. That was... Endless 8 was like... There was no other way to do it, because the whole point of that arc in the light novel was that everything was looping. But like 8 episodes of only slightly different time loops does not make for a good watch. Yeah, I haven't watched Suzume yet. I'll have to at some point. I got a little bummed out though, because apparently, the director wanted it to be a Yuri romance, and like the production committee and like the investors were like, no. So that's why we have a hit romance instead, and I'm mad. Like, he literally said it in an interview, so it's not speculation. Oh my god, Dropkick on My Devil. Is that the one I was thinking of? Is this the one I was thinking of? Oh, I think it is. I'd heard of Dropkick on My Devil, but it was on... This was like before Sony / Crunchyroll just consumed everything under the sun into one big merger. Not until March. Oh man. Yeah, movies take forever, unfortunately. God, though. A series by the same director, because he did actually do some, like, shorter TV anime. Was cute, but I could never watch it again, is she and her cat. And so, like, it's about the life of a cat and his owner. Like, he's been with her since she was a little girl. And spoilers, he ends up passing away in the end. And it fucked me up. Like, he was there for her when she was really depressed and stuff like that, and just as she comes out of depression, he ends up passing away. Like, thank you. I will never cope now. It was cute, cause, like, you know, the cat's actually in love with her, like, cause he's like, she's all he's ever known, but it was really sad. Oh god, speaking of cute but sad, Fruits Basket. One of my favorite series of all time, but oh god. That is a series you can only watch once. Too many feels. Yeah. Oh god, wolf children? No! Stop. Stop hitting me with the size! Madoka? Oh god. Madoka was wild to watch, like, as it actually aired. Like, Madoka is great. I wish I could take everyone's brain who wants to watch Madoka and scrub it of all spoilers. Because, like, now, like, when Madoka first started, like, we had a feeling like there would be a dark twist, because, I mean, the ending is already, like, a little dark, but we didn't expect, like, the stuff that happened with Mommy or whatever, so watching that episode in a classroom full of people for, like, an anime club, like, that was that is cemented in my mind. Start watching for the movies? Ah, fair enough. Yeah. So it's just, yeah, everyone knows vaguely what happens with Madoka now because it's so popular, but yeah, it's like, I really wish I could just scrub people's brains, so it's like, I need you to experience it the way I did, where, like, everything is just, like, fucking with your brain, because, like, you have no idea it's going to get this dark. Watching a Rebellion in theaters was like that too. When the movie ended, the theater was dead silent. When you turn suffering into anime, yup. The director is so interesting though, because he's actually come out talking about how depressed he was when he was writing, like, Fate Zero and Madoka. It's like, yeah! Yeah, it's really obvious. It's really obvious you were dealing with some really dark shit. But that's basically why we haven't really gotten a lot of Madoka since then. And he's been doing a lot of, other stuff, like, you know, Thunderbolt Fantasy. So it's like, I would love more Madoka, because I love the series. But if, you know, Madoka served its purpose as catharsis for him and he's moved on because his mental health is better, then I think it's fine we don't get more Madoka. That one I haven't heard of before. I'll have to Google that up. Thank you. Oh my god, Erased. That was good, but fuck. As someone who has a shit ton of friends who unfortunately got assaulted when they were little kids, like that hit so hard. It's one of the few times I actually gave spoilers to people because I'm like, no. You don't understand. If you go into this blind just because it's popular, you are going to get triggered because of your trauma. Parasite was really good though, yes. Erased was like one part of Erased that gave me like whiplash was the opening, because they used an existing Asian Kung Fu Generation song, and I was obsessed with Asian Kung Fu Generation when I was like a preteen. So hearing this song, I was like, I know this song. Didn't they already release this song? It's a great song, though. Just, yeah, I was like, oh my god, what? Music was good, yeah. That is old school Asian Kung Fu Generation for ya. They still put out music, but obviously it's changed over the years, so it's not my cup of tea anymore. Orange Range, who did the Asterix, the first opening for Bleach, they're still around too. Nothing else in their discography sounds like Asterix though, so it kind of throws you off if you go look them up. Oh my god, there was still a tea bag at the bottom of my mug. I like strong tea though, so it's fine. Oh, Rad Whips. Yeah. I followed them for a long time because I think they even did some stuff for Naruto Shippuden, if I'm remembering correctly. TM Revolution has sounded exactly the same for like the past 30 years. Flow as well. Flow is still fantastic. That sounds familiar. I probably heard that before. god, Chihara Furu. I love Chihara Furu. So many series I used to read have like finished up in the past couple years, and it's like, oh man, time really do march on. Oh yeah, speaking of early 2000 shit, so this is my crew, this is our opponent's crew, and I will pull up the info so you can see better. Might be too small, and if you don't read kanji, this is Kiboga Mine Gakuen. They literally named their crew after Hope's Peak Academy from Danganronpa. We're fighting Danganronpa. I didn't realize it at first, and then all of a sudden I was like, what's this crew's name? Kibo Gaku? I'm like, wait. Is it? It is. It's a Danganronpa reference. I mean, my crew is called Air Bears because of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And Dancho likes bears. But yeah, this is where I hilariously really started getting serious about my Japanese kanji practice. Is trying to understand the names of their opponents in United fights. Because almost all of them, it's some kind of reference to something. One last United fight was a reference to Sword Art Online. It was like, you know, the Black Cat, like, guild. Which is like a guild that Kirito was a part of before they all died. Yeah, I started studying kanji during lockdown, so at this point I've got about 3 years of practice, and I should be more fluent, but I fell off practicing for like a year or so when I wasn't feeling very well, so I'm catching back up. But yeah, most stuff I seem to be able to recognize, not everything, but usually enough to get the gist. Yeah, I do Wanikani. I also have Iago, which is a Google Chrome application, and basically it turns the closed captioning on Netflix or like YouTube into searchable subtitles. So like, instead of just seeing the closed captioning subtitle, like if there's a kanji you don't know, you can hover your mouse over it and it will give you a definition. Oh yeah, I know most of the radicals. Wanikani does it all in levels and sections. But yeah, like if something has the rain radical in it, it probably has to do with weather. Because like the rain radical is in the kanji for like thunder and lightning. It's in for the kanji for rain. It's in the kanji for snow. It's in the kanji for mist. Like the kanji for Sakura has the radical for tree in it. and the radical for women also. And like, you know, so like there's the kanji for tree, then there's the kanji for forest, which is like 2 trees, and then there's like the kanji for like, you know, woods, mori, which is like 3 trees. Kanji for I'm trying to remember. I think flower is a radical. Most kanji end up becoming radicals once you get into more complex stuff. Like the kanji for 1 is also a radical. Radical 6? There are 6-stroke radicals, but I know that's not what you're talking about. Ah yes, Hanasaka Iroha. I'm still looking at anime. I really liked that one. Ow. Cracked my finger. I should not do that. Oh my god, almost there. Come on. My strike time starts in like 30 minutes, so that'll speed things up. I'm out of water though. When's the next? Okay. Very quickly, I'm gonna run and get something else to drink. I have finished my tea, so I'm gonna go get some hot water. Basically, some lemon water, and I will be right back. So hang tight for 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Boop. Oh, there we go. Back at it. Got more warm water. Water, 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 water. Water, water, water. Water, water, water. Water, water, water. Alright. Strike time. T-minus 15 minutes. Well, for me anyway. I think for everyone else, they started it at 9. What? 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 We're a duck now. What? 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 Don't you wet me? Wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Alright, fine, I guess we'll use Shiva. Sometimes you do not find the summon you need in your friends list, and it sucks, but it is what it is. Boop. There we go. Warm water. Very good. Very warm, though. Oh, figure. Oh, right. I was working on my stream schedule before it got disrupted by United Fight stuff. Oh. Move all of this stuff over. I never would have guessed. I mean, I was watching Furamoko, and they have their schedule ready to go when it's the end of the week to show everyone, and I was like, I should be like Furamoko. I should have stuff ready to go. Don't just love your Oshis. Emulate your Oshis. Become your Oshis. Oh, there we go. I typoed Finals Day 3 as Finals Day 23. I think I would leave this planet if United Fight lasted 23 days. We all strive to be fluffy and fuzzy. Yeah, and I mean, if you watched the Hatsumode with Advent, we, as the ruffians, all got the best luck for the year, the Furamoko Kichi! So we will be fine. We will be fine. I would like to meet Furamoko, but they eat cats, so I don't think I would survive. Whoop, nope. a perfect world, I could leave this on full auto and just let it play itself, but it is much faster if I just push all the buttons. Nope, rest in peace, Michael. But I get to bring out Frau, which is nice, because I spent money today buying her skin. Love pressing all the buttons. Just pop, 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 pop. Gonna have to start my training montage for Final Fantasy Versus soon. Know what you meant, but what I said was much funnier. What did I say? What did I say? Final Fantasy Versus? Whoops. There are too many fantasies. There are too many fantasies. Alright. I'll draw this box, reset it, and then I'll do the plank. Alright. What is my honors at right now? I will check that in a sec when I finish the plank. I think last I checked I was at 50 million? Somewhere around there? Alright, plank, here we go. If 2 people redeem a plank, will it be 1 minute? Yes. Yes, it would. I've been going for 1 minute anyway, so I really should up it. I just haven't actually done it yet. Five-minute plank redeem. Oh my god. At some point. At some point. How about 90 seconds as a compromise? Because the whole point of these is it's supposed to exhaust me. And 1 minute isn't too bad. That would be a be right back screen-worthy plank. Oh god, yeah. Imagine coming into stream at that moment. It's like, Where's the streamer? Oh! We made her do planks for like 10 minutes. She'll be back. We sent her to the floor. Yeah, we saved up all our points. And because I do have it set that like only one person can do one plank redeem like per hour, and you can only do one push-up redeem per hour, just so you know people can't like, you know, redeem it 20 times and make me do like, you know, like 100 push-ups kind of thing. Because I know y'all, you would do that, and I mean, understandable. It's good content. I personally wouldn't do it, but I would laugh if someone did it to my Oshi, so I get it. Plan is ruined. I know you guys. I've been on the internet long enough. I know what I was setting myself up for. Don't worry. At some point, once I figure out the number of points for it, I am going to do a community goal where I do a full Ring Fit stream. So, close enough, right? Close enough. Because the whole point of doing these was to get me back into the habit of working out regularly. Because I used to, but then when I developed my chronic illness, I fell out of the habit because it took a while for my symptoms to stabilize enough for me to feel able to work out again. And so like now that like my symptoms are basically gone for the most part, because like my medication actually works great, I was like, I should get back into this habit of working out. But when you stream, it gets really easy to get stuck to the computer all the time. Because even if you're not streaming, you're working on like planning for stuff, you're working on like buying like equipment, you're working on like troubleshooting, whatever. So it's like, maybe if chat forces me to do it, it'll get me back into the habit. So we've been doing this for a few months now, and you know, gradually it's gone better. Like, you know, used to be like, you know, I think I still have a clip of the very first time I got push-up redeem, and like I was out of breath by like, you know, the third one. Now, like, you know, I can get to 5, and like, you know what, I'm still like a little like out of breath by the end, but like, you know, I'm not dead. Even when I worked out regularly, my upper body strength was my worst part. So even when I worked out every day, getting over like, you know, like 15 push-ups was really hard. So no more squeaks, no more squeaks. I remember that. Yeah, when I count out the numbers, they actually sound like numbers, not So hey, it works. It's like, you guys, I benefit from the exercise. You guys get to laugh at me when I go, no, not the push-ups, and then get stuck doing push-ups for you guys. Ah yes, the #1 culprit. clear that. What? Oh my god, though, related to working out, so I was cleaning the apartment today, and we have one of those glass top stoves where, like, instead of having like the heater coils, it's all glass. Scraping off like make sure you guys like actually clean that stuff regularly. We have been neglecting it, and oh my god, you don't think the stuff is cooked on there that deep, but oh, it is. Was there with, because technically you're supposed to use like a little like scraper squeegee thing to get it off, but we couldn't find it, so I was there with like a spoon scraping it off. And like we still have to like get more, but we were like, okay, this is ridiculous, let's just stop for today and we'll go to the store tomorrow and get like a new one of these, because me and Rumi-chan turned the place upside down. We could not find where like our thing went. A spoon? Yes, a spoon. Cause to get the caked like bird stuff off, you're not supposed to use like a sponge or something like that, because it could actually like leave abrasions in the glass. So that's why you're supposed to use like a scraper, and you basically shave it off in layers. And so we were like, oh, well, if we use a knife, wouldn't that cause like the same problem? And plus, you know, with a knife, you could accidentally, if it slips, you could hurt yourself. But a spoon is blunt, and if you use the edge, it works the same as a scraper. Ingenuity. It's you know, the broke college student way. You use what you got on hand, basically. We're not broke college students, but you know, like, it's that energy. It's not that hard with the spoon, but yeah, it takes the extra effort, but yeah. It was like, oof, my arms. Do not recommend it, but it's like, hey, if you've got nothing else. We didn't think it was as bad as it was. But yeah, you basically just like use like, you can use baking soda and like hot water, like, and basically you steam it so it gets everything loose, or you know, you can use like, you know, like a foaming like cleaner or something to like help loosen it all, and then like, you know, most of it just wipes off. Like the rags we had were like brown. It was so gross. It's like, just don't do this again. We can't do this again. It's really easy for us to end up neglecting the fridge because we 95% of the time just use like, you know, like the pressure cooker or like the air fryer. Like we don't use the stovetop that often unless like we're boiling like pasta or like whatever. We use the oven even less. Nothing's living in there, but like something could be living in there and we'd have no idea because we use it so rarely. Our stove has multiple zones. Yes. In a way, the glass ones I think are technically safer? Question mark? Because like the whole thing does heat up, but not as bad as touching like a hot coil. But it does mean it takes the extra effort to clean it because you can't because with the coil stoves you don't really have to clean the coils. Same kind of glass one? Ah, yeah. Yeah, they have different zones. Yeah, they sure are nice, but man, if you neglect cleaning them, they look ugly real fast. It's the walk of shame. So it just as the center. Oh, interesting. Mine, ours can't do that. It just has like the four areas. Oh no! Not the macaroni shaming. Incredible. Oh, nope. And what? Talking about macaronis just reminded me of Farina from Genshin Impact because apparently all she eats is macaroni. The best girl fail of them all. Oh right, if it's strike time, I can do the buffs. I can do buffs. We have select buffs that we can enable that last an hour. So usually most people will wait until it's strike time, because then you get like the most benefits. Wanna pat Farina's head? She has been through a lot. Nahida as well. Rough life being an Archon. And I should check if my other... Much longer. It's 2 hours still. Okay, that's fine. Wasn't sure when like the other drops buffs I enabled to increase drop odds and stuff had concluded yet, but no, they're still going. Oops. Nice. Grand success when you're leveling up a weapon, always nice. Okay, back to it. Sure. Ah, yes. Prove to us you're not a bot farming and you're an actual human putting yourself through this. Please try again. Fuck. Maybe I am a robot. I am a VTuber after all. There we go. God. I was surprised that hadn't kicked in yet. They're out here like, we are concerned you don't have a life. Can you please make sure you are human? Thank you. Okay. I will do this one. Only Michael got debuffed. Girl! Oh, she got straight knocked out. Yikes. Rip. It's always fun when you refresh to make the turn pass faster and then you see chaos and destruction has happened while you weren't looking. And it's like, holy fuck, what happened? Do not underestimate the bosses. There we go. Goes much faster during strike time. We love to see it. If I change the outfit, does it get rid of our little friend? I think it does. It does. Oh well, that's fine. I kinda wanted to change what I was looking at. Alright. Oh shoot, that's right, I meant to. Oh well. I was gonna bring Shiva, so this would go faster, but that's okay. Summons you brain have a big effect. also de-shrimp yourself. I keep catching myself sliding further and further down into my chair. Don't do this, me. Fix your posture. That's right. This is why I put stuff in advance. Just making my schedule, and then I was like, wait, the demo for GRANBLUE Fantasy Relink comes out on Friday. I can't play this game on Friday. We gotta play Relink. As long as, like, you know, my PS4 cooperates. Because the demo's only for the PS4 and the PS5. Maybe I'll just watch? Yeah! That's what streamers are for, right? They're here to try stuff in your place. Finally got one of these! Chest of good fortune. Because there's new weapon drops and stuff that they added to the event. But you can only get 50 of these chests for the whole event. So. Open! Oh, okay. You can trade these in to get the weapons as well. And this you give to characters to help them level up. It's really good when you have some characters like the Eternals who go over level 100. Because then it takes a very long time. Very nice. Apparently those boxes can actually have outright weapon drops in them, I think. This is the first time those are in the event, so. They added some new stuff. Let's see here. How much do I need to trade in for? Whoops. Nope. There we go. Treasure trade. This is for the new folks. This is where you can come and you can trade different materials and get like weapons and other stuff. So let's see. Celestial weapons. Ooh! Okay. There we go. So 4 more and I can get 1, but you need 4 copies to fully like max it out. So ideally you want to wait until the end of the event in the case you get a drop, but that's really good. Okay. Heart voltage. And how many sabers? Ooh, yeah, these are good. I imagine they're going to be adding those for all the Eternals. Like probably 2 per United Fight. Next United Fight, I think they're supposed to be releasing a new character skin as well. They have to add new stuff to make this event appealing, because the appeal of this event used to be the weapons you could get, and you would trade those in to recruit certain characters. But now, unless you're a new player, most people have them. So they had to add more stuff to make the event appealing to the high-level players. I think I technically count as high level, though it doesn't feel like it, but I'm over rank 200, and the cap is like... What is the cap for ranks again? Is it like 350 now, or is it over 350 but already? 10-year-long game, like the ranks are getting a little crazy. Rank 350 current final level cap. Okay. Crazy. There's definitely people who have already hit that. Yeah, it does take a lot of time. Some people can get there really fast, because I mean, you can actually just grind for ranks if you want to. Because you'll get rank points for every quest you do. And there are buffs you can give yourself that will increase rank points you get. But yeah, generally if you see someone over 300, they have been playing for a long time. Like, I've been playing on and off for 5 years, and I'm 212. I would probably be like a bit closer to 250 if I had it, if I had been more consistently playing over those 5 years, but... One rank a week isn't unheard of, basically. So 300 weeks to get to, like, rank 300, give or take. Obviously, the higher the ranks it goes, the harder it is to rank up, but... Yeah, the game will have been out for 10 years in March, I believe, is when the anniversary is. And, like, it sounds like they're about to wrap up, like, part 1 of the story. but they did a bunch of work server side to fix up old code. So it's not like they're gonna release like a GRANBLUE Fantasy 2 and like scrap everyone's work. After like doing all the grind and the money people put in for 10 years, like you would literally have riots. But yeah, 10 years for like a mobile slash gacha game is like unheard of. The average gacha game only lasts 2 years. So things like, so even games like Genshin that have lasted 3 to 4 are unheard of. Tell that to Overwatch. Oh my god, another one? Damn! Tell that to Overwatch? Yeah, well. Blizzard's stupid, we all know that. Streamer luck! Streamer luck! Oh, Halo, nice. Don't need these as much as I used to, but they're still good to have. Sometimes you need them for weapons, but you can also use them to host raids and stuff. They really self-demolished, yeah. A lot of very dumb decisions from people in power, unfortunately. And like, it really sucks because people used to be so passionate about Blizzard games. Like, I was never into any of their properties, but I know, like, they basically had cult following. And now, like, you know, like, everything's come out in the wash about the pay people were getting, like, harassment, and, like, then once you add in, like, the issues with the games, and it's like, yeah, you kind of toasted your reputation. Some people will play that stuff irregardless of, like, what the company's like, but a lot of people are like, I can't justify this. Yeah. Well, and that was the thing as well, like, the company's been shit, and then, like, yeah, I heard the product itself is not what it used to be. So that doesn't help either. Because, yeah, I remember a bunch of streamers would play Overwatch when it just came out, like Overwatch 2, and then it just completely fell off again and it went back to Apex and Valorant. Ooh, what? Yeah, that's... Oof, that's very dumb. That's very dumb, yeah. Yeah, that's someone making a decision and not understanding, because, I mean, Blizzard has had WoW for, like, what? 20 years? At least? They know how to, like, run a game, like a live service game that's adds onto itself and doesn't, like, take away, but blah, blah, blah. Oh, I heard about that stupid pay-per-month thing. Like, there were concerns from streamers about that as well, about potential doxing stuff, because you had to have a phone number connected to make the account work. And people were rightly like, ah, that is security issue. Like, I should just be able to have my email, thank you. And yeah, it sucks because I know some people who are super passionate about Overwatch 1 when it first came out, and like, yeah, now, like, no one I know talks. talks about it. They shot themselves in the foot big time. I've arrived, High Ranger! Even open the game, man, that is an oversight. Whew. We love AAA corporations. Not. Okay, let me do that. Anyone else? No. Whoops. Hold on. There we go. And go. Go, 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 go. Michael, I'm gonna need you to, like, stop getting debuffed. You're the only one that this is hitting. Like, girl? What is happening? 1%! Oh, come on! That's infuriating. 1%? That's someone's counterattack didn't hit. Lame. Yeah, there we go. Don't need this stuff. What box am I on? 17, okay. 40 is what I'm getting, is what I need to get up to have everything I need to uncap 5th, the next Eternal I'm working on. So, about halfway there. And I've still got, this is day 2, I've still got 2 days, so this is actually very doable. Oh wait, we wanted Siva. Siva! Do that. and off they go. I behold. Oh! Take 2. Or turn 3, I guess. Will it take care of it? Nope, never mind. One more turn. Darn it! Another one! What? Damn. That's like, what? 3 of these chests in... like 10 minutes? Bruh. Alright, what do we get? What do we get? What do we get? What? Oh, that's cool. So these we use to level up the weapon skills for our grid. So this is incredibly useful. Amazing. Beautiful. We love it. Ba 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 ba. All right. At least I finished the schedule while we've been chilling and doing the grind. So at the end of the stream, I can show you guys what the plan for the week is. I did not do the double use the skill last turn. My bad. Okay, we clear that. We clear that. Michael! Please, we need you to dodge. Why are you like this? No, 5 turns isn't bad. That's like about 3 minutes. High level people can do this in like about a minute, so. There we go. that, do that. Cracked my back. Stretch. What? Edge to the side. Ba 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 ba. Woo. Let's make sure that actually served before I close the program. Yes, it did. Okay. Damn, my Doncho's already found 15 of those chests. Sir? I mean, the more of these fights you do, obviously, the faster you will get these chests. He can do this boss in... Hold on, he posted his results. What was it? Oh yeah, he can clear this in 53 seconds. So it makes sense that he's probably gotten 15 of these already. He's probably fought this like about 100 times. He did 131 million damage in one turn. That's why he's the captain. Ooh, 80 million honors. Yay! You keep getting rewards up to, I think it's 1 billion? Yes, 1 billion is the last time they'll give you a reward for having honors. But it's like every 50 to 100 million, so I mean, I probably won't. I'm not gonna get all of them. The one everyone wants to get is, where is it? This one, the Eternity Sand, because you use it for a lot of late game uncapped stuff. But at 800 million over 4 days, that's a lot. My Doncho barely got this last time, so I'm not holding out any shred of hope. Would be nice, but very unlikely. Usually, to get this amount of honors would take me most of the event though, so I'm doing better. Every single time this event runs, you do better. That's the one nice thing about GRANBLUE, is it's a slog to get up to par, but it has a very solid sense of progression. Like, you really do feel yourself getting better, and because there's so much to do, it's very easy to set goals for yourself. And at this point, there's like checklists for beginners that you can just follow if you're stuck. You've been enjoying the story? Yeah, the early game story is really great. I mean, even the late game stuff is great, but it's, for me, because the story... There was a period where there was, like, one story update a year, that was it. So, I, forgot a lot of what happened. So even when I'm doing, like, you know, the newer stuff, I'm like, why is this happening? Why do I care again? But I mean, 10 years worth of story, like, and I've been playing it for 5 years, so yes, a lot of the early game stuff, I don't remember at all anymore. How many characters are involved? And that's just the main story. Once you factor in, like, the events and stuff, yeah, it's a little crazy. Like, the last thing I did was officially joining the team. Oh my god. You are way early game. You're, like, still on Zinkin still, basically. Have you even met, like, Rackham yet? No, you probably met Rackham. He's the pilot. Ah, yes, good old Rackham. A little bit more sleepy? Yeah, I mean, go at your own pace. Go at your own Pomu pace. yeah, the buffering, yes. The struggle life. Ah, shoot, I brought the wrong summon. Out of habit, alright, well, whatever. It'll be fine. Finally have good internet? Yeah. Hopes and prayers for you. Oh, that sucks. Sometimes, yeah, your whatever building you're in can end up in a weird spot, and like, yeah, the other side of the road gets it before you, which is always infuriating. There's people across the street from my building that have fiber, but because this is an apartment building versus a house, I'm not holding my breath. No, that sucks. Oh god, that's weird. That's very weird. Zero out of 10. Oof. Welcome to America. Some of the worst internet in the world. Yeah, rural always gets it rough, unfortunately. Remember last time I lived in like a really rural area, we number just above dial-up internet. The internet that traumatized me as a child. Not because there was anything particularly terrifying that I found, just the sound of the modem connecting terrified me. I was also afraid of the popcorn popper, though. A cat that jumps at everything? Gasp. No, Pepperoncino, I'm not talking about you. The second I said a cat that jumps at everything, gasp, Pepperoncino started meowing and jumped off the bed to come over. No, I'm not talking shit about you, girl. No. She's like, cat? Cat? You talking about me? You talking about me? No. You're very cute, but no. Sometimes it's not about you, my girl. But now I gotta try and play this game with one hand because Pepperoncino, when she's awake, she wants constant attention. Girl, please stop trying to eat the cables. I will give you pets. You need to stop walking away from my hand. Leash. Cats really are just toddlers. Yes, hello. I know sometimes her meows come through, so if you listen hard enough, you may hear some disgruntled and that's her. Would you like to talk to chat? She's just licking her lips. No. Cats. They'll talk and talk and talk. As soon as you put them in front of the microphone, they go completely silent. Okay, girl. I'll let you down. I tried. Maybe one day she'll talk to you guys. She was not built for the streamer life? No, apparently not. She's more outgoing than her sister Mogu, though, so I mean, there was a chance. There was a chance she might have said something. Because, guaranteed, 99% of the time, if you hear a meow or like a cat sound while I'm streaming, it's Pepperoncino. Mogu, she does talk, but she's much more prone to just be silent. Mogu is like, she's one of those cats that like knows when a camera is on her. So I have very few pictures of her because she gets out of the frame or stops doing whatever she was doing as soon as I get the phone pointed at her. Pepperoncino is, she's smart, but like she's an attention hog, so yeah. You'll hear her meow 95% of the pictures I have are of her, like all that stuff. Mogu isn't what I would call like an antisocial cat by any means. Like she's not the type of cat that like hides and you never see her. But she's a lot more aloof. She does her own thing much more often, whereas Pepperoncino thinks she's a lapdog. That kind of thing. Oh, nope. We don't want that one. Right. We want Shiva. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Right. It is 9 p.m. So I'll keep going for a little bit longer. During the week, I finish my streams at 9:30 because of IRL stuff that, you know, requires us to be up in the morning because frickin' human society has decided that we should be productive and blah 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 blah. So I'll keep going until about 9:30-ish, which is when I would usually wrap up. So like another like 30 minutes, give or take. My strike time would end at 10 p.m. anyway, so it works out. You sound so excited about it. About being a contributing member to society? I hate it. If I could start a workday at 11 a.m., I would. No questions asked. Like, I don't want to work until 8 p.m., which is the flip side, but I would gladly skip all lunch and breaks and be able to finish at 6 p.m. if I could start at 11 p.m. Or 11 a.m., rather. Because even 9 a.m. is too early for me. I really needed the weekend rest. I hear you. I had a nap this afternoon. Like, I got my normal hours of sleep, but especially since last week, I was really struggling with insomnia. My body's like, we have sleep debt. You need to nap. It's like, okay. Two weeks is just long enough to get out of a 6 a.m. habit. Oof. Yeah, I haven't gotten up at 6 a.m. for years at this point. With like the lockdown and work from home stuff, I would literally roll out of bed 20 minutes before work started. And I still prefer that. I would always say I'm a morning person in the fact that my parents are morning people and they wouldn't let me sleep in. And they would either turn on the TV or let the dog in my room to make sure I did sleep in past 6. So it's like I can get up at 6 if I have to. I can go through the motions of being like a member of society. But I am one inconvenience away from murdering someone. I'm that kind of person in the morning. Iduna's partner is like a morning person by choice. Like, it is their personality. And so usually at conventions, unless they are there, I'm the only one up and the earliest because everyone sleeps in even later than me. But like when I travel, I have a really hard time sleeping, so I'm usually up like 7 a.m. even at a convention. But when I see Iduna's partner first thing in the morning, it really throws me off because I'm like, I was expecting 2 hours to myself to learn how to be how to pretend to be a human being again. I was not expecting socialization within 10 minutes. It's like those monks that are like, don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. I'm like, don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. Preferably don't talk to me even after I've had my coffee. But if you must talk to me, wait until I have my coffee. Preferably wait until I talk to you first. Yeah, that's just me. Okay. Oh, nope, wrong one. Wrong one! There we go. Back cracked. Pop, 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 pop. Oh yeah, there's gonna be new content added to Honkai Star Rail. Tomorrow, I think? It's gonna be like a new permanent mode. So that'll be interesting to check out. Whoops, no. Not that one. This one. This one. this? Oh, there. Let's go. Just slowly trudging along. Beep, 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 beep. I understand why they keep getting charmed. She is very pretty. But please stop getting charmed. They at least give us these herbs and like support potions and stuff to help deal with like the debuffs and stuff. But I would much rather not have to. Oh shit! MC. Can't use summons without MC, which sucks. Come on, go, 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 go. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say it's because the skill's expired, right? There we go. It's too bad you can't grind for meat in between matches in the final. You can do it during the interlude period, which I did to try and get a little bit extra, because we had to stop meat farming and actually do some level 90 fights to make sure we got into B tier, because the competition was really stiff this year, or I guess this time, not this year. It is the first United Fight of the year, but I mean, this event runs multiple times a year. It's not a once a year thing. I'm 15. Okay. Yeah, I will wrap up shortly because I am fading. My brain's like, hey, you're supposed to be talking. You're on stream. My bad. I've been talking for 3.5 hours. The brain has run out of things to say. Which I think would shock everyone in my family. Because apparently I have always just been a non-stop talker. They used to have to tell me, Diana, stop talking. Eat your food. like, no, but I want to tell you guys about my day. You're actually listening to me. The grind too strong. It does get to a point after a while of grinding where it just becomes muscle repetition. And it's like, right, commentary. Do stuff, talk about things, talk about anime, talk about manga. Talk about food, talk about something. Oh. Okay, not too bad. Do that, do that. Oh, almost made it. Do I play VNs? I do! We actually played the beginning of one Kagayaku no Kitsetsue, which is a remake of a 90s VN. We played a few hours of that on stream when it came out a couple weeks ago. I've been a fan of Key Visuals, who did Clannad since since Air. Have you gone any farther in one? I've played a little. I need to actually sit down and play more, but I've gotten to where you meet, oh, what's her name? Satomura, the girl with the braids. And so right now I'm wandering around the school. Notice you snuck the art into one of the schedules. I did. There were a lot of VNs on sale during the winter stream sale. Unfortunately, I did not have all the money to buy that stuff, but I was eyeballing all of them. I was eyeballing so much. I do need to play more of one, but yeah. Little Busters! Oh my god. That's another one that would be fun to play on stream, because Little Busters actually has little mini games in it, and it feels much more like a rom-com rather than just an outright romance. Because yeah, they all play like baseball together. You play as a dude who's got like 5 dude bro friends who are all just a bunch of clowns. It's like Anohana vibes, but a visual novel, where they're all like, you know, childhood besties, and Little Busters was like the name of like their little gang when they were kids. Yeah, I haven't played Rewrite. I did watch most of the anime they made for that one. But yeah, I've watched both canon animes. I've watched Air. I've watched Clannad. Surprisingly, I've never played Clannad. I keep meaning to, and then I just, like, for whatever reason, never actually commit to buying it. So at some point, I definitely will. I played a whole bunch of otome ones as well. The plan for Valentine's, like, for February was to, like, do, like, VNs are long, so you can't complete them all very easily, but the idea was to have like at least one day a week during February where we try different visual novels. Because I mean, it's a good opportunity, but yeah, sometimes I just play them normally. stayed expensive for quite a while. It did. Because it has a cult following. It's very popular. I mean, for good reason, but still. My first visual novel was Hakuoki, which is like, you know, about playing, you date the Shinsengumi. But I had known about visual novels before then. Oh my god, Holy Night, yes. Yes! Also, Tsukihime is coming out soon. So I'm going to play that on stream. No one can stop me. I have wanted to play Tsukihime for like a decade. Finally, it is my time. They're making an anime movie of Holy Night at least, as well. Yeah, I tend to play at least one visual novel a year. I love it. It used to be, like, because Switch has a lot of visual novels on it, and, like, you know, some are really good, some are hot garbage. So what I used to do when I'd have a bad day, like, back when I could still drink before, like, my meds mess, because now my meds mess with alcohol. I used to buy a bunch of cider, find the trashiest looking visual novel on Switch, and play it. And usually by the end of the night, I was busting my gut from laughing. Yeah, they're making a movie. It's, Ufotable is doing it. There's a trailer out for it. It looks really good. There's a bunch I played that I want to bring up, but they contain H scenes. That's fine to mention them. I don't mind H. I haven't played any H ones, but I do know a bunch of them. I mean, Canon and Air and even Clanad originally had H scenes in them. Almost all of them used to have H scenes. It's more like not having H scenes in a visual novel is a rarity these days. Even Fate Stay Night had H scenes. They did, yep, they did. Tsukihime as well. The creators of Fate Type Moon, they've talked about before that, like, basically the reason Tsukihime and Fate Stay Night were visual novels was because that was the most popular medium at the time. And Takeuchi, the artist, was like, we need to get your stories out because they're really, really good. Because they used to just write books and release them at, like, Comic Cat, but no one was buying the books. But since visual novels were so popular, they were thinking if they released it as a visual novel, they would stand a better chance, and they did. So yeah, the H scenes are apparently, like, hot garbage. Like, they are really bad H scenes. Like, no one misses the fact they got taken out because, like, you know, like, writing H scenes is not Nasu's strong point. But they were included just because that was the expectation, that there would be H scenes. Oh, Grisala! I've heard of that one, yeah. Oh yeah, this one. They've made a bunch of... I think they made a few seasons of the anime for that one as well. What's it? I haven't played Da Capo, but I've watched the animes for Da Capo. Those used to be really popular. Let's see. Other animes I watched that were inspired off the visual novels were, Welcome to Pia Carrot. Those had like a couple OVAs. That's about a bunch of people working at like a family restaurant. Yeah, I mean, they're usually watered down compared to the actual animes. It's par for the course. Shuffle? Shuffle was like a huge one that I was really into. That one they changed a lot, because I think allegedly Kaede was not a yandere in like the visual novel, but they added it for drama in the anime. And now, like, because of that, like, they've changed her in the VN to be more like that, I think. Allegedly. I haven't played the visual novel for Shuffle. Oh my god, what was the other one? Memories Off. That's another one that was, like, a series of visual novels that I've watched the anime for. I've played Amnesia. Like, not Amnesia the Dark Descent. Amnesia is the name of a visual novel as well. It's an otome. So it's like you play as a girl romancing dudes. I've played Hakuoki. I've played Cupid's Parasite. I've played Code Malice. That's another otoge one, but it's like there's like a crime drama stuff. Like the main heroine is a police officer. It's pretty cool. There's been an anime in the works for it forever, but like it's never, like, no release date for it yet. I want to try... Oh, what is it? Jack and Jean? Jack and Jean, I think. It's a visual novel, but the artist is the mangaka for Tokyo Ghoul. So it has a very distinct art style. And I can't remember the name of it, but the ones I played when I was, I'll call them like B-movie type visual novel things because they were fun to play, but they are definitely not the best, and also the concept is really hard to explain. So there's a series of visual novels where it's basically like, you know, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. They're like kind of counterparts to each other. And it takes place on this island where all the men have to go serve in like the pleasure district. And so the only way to like basically like have like a baby or anything like that is to go there and get laid, based. Like, I was attracted by the visual novel because I'm like, ooh, like, yukata kimonos, I like this aesthetic. And then I played the game and I'm like, what the fuck? What am I playing? And those are one of the ones that I'm like, they surely had H scenes when they were on the computer, but I'm playing on the Switch, so there's just really hilarious fade to black moments. It's like, oh yes, you're in the bedroom with like, you know, like the concubine that you hired for the night, and there's like a fade to black as like you spend the night. Nothing happened, surely. One of them was a bit more normal in that, like, you know, you are a normal girl and like you happen to like work in like the pleasure like district doing like errands, so you meet people organically. The other one, it's like, yeah, you're a rich girl. It's time for you to prepare to inherit, like, you know, the family. So you need to go to the pleasure quarters and court a bunch of these guys and find one that's worthy of being your husband and buy them. And it's, again, it's one of those, it's like, was really fun to play while drunk, but try to explain it sober, it's like, yeah, I can't explain it. It was trash. But the fact it was trash made it really enjoyable. There's a joke about visual novels where it's like, yeah, you gotta leave your feminism and like sense of justice at the door, because visual novels are just like, you know, a little kooky. But that's, to me, that's what makes them fun. Because yeah, 95% of these characters, if you ever met a person like them, you would be calling the police. And if not calling the police, you would probably just not talk to them again. Like in, for example, in Amnesia, the visual novel where, like, you, as the title suggests, you have amnesia and you're kind of traveling between different worlds to try and figure stuff out. And that's, like, the different routes, basically. Like, each route is a different world where, like, the circumstances are slightly different. So in one of those worlds, you are dating your childhood best friend. And so you're trying to go along with it, and he does a whole bunch of manipulative stuff to get you to, like, finally admit that, yes, you have amnesia. And then, I mean, there's another one where another one of your childhood best friends finds out you're being harassed. And so he's like, oh, like, yeah, you can come stay with me. And then he keeps you in a cage to keep you safe. So, it's like, yeah, like, the cage boy definitely would be calling the police. Like, when you got out, like, yeah, like, definitely call the police. But even, like, your childhood best friend that was, like, gaslit and manipulated you to get you to admit you have amnesia, I'm like, yeah, I probably wouldn't talk to you again. Oh yeah, it's funny because they're releasing androids for Amnesia the game. So if you go look them up, Toma is the childhood best friend that puts you in a cage. His android comes with the cage. Apparently. So yeah, I played Amnesia, and I watched I played Amnesia after watching the anime, but watching the anime, and I'm like, because, like, I think Toma's route is one of the last ones they animated. So, I mean, like, I had, like, a crush on him in the beginning, because it's like, oh, like, you know, he's, like, you know, the, like, cheerful puppy dog, like, a best friend compared to, like, the emo, like, best friend kind of thing. Like, I like them both, but I was like, aw, he's cute. And then you get to his route, and it's like, oh, never mind, I don't know about this anymore. Like, yandere character types are interesting, but it's like, I prefer to know I'm getting into a yandere romantic, like, route, rather than having it be blindsided. Because I don't know, I need to be in the, like, the yandere routes in these games always end up being pretty interesting to play, but it's like, you know, if, like, you went to the movies and no one told you it was going to be a horror movie, and, like, it's normal, and then you get completely blindsided, and because you weren't prepared, like, you have a horrible experience. So it's like, I love playing, like, the visual novels that have, like, the yandere characters, but I like to know that I am going to be involved in psychological shenanigans. Like, no one plays School Days these days without knowing exactly what they're getting into. And I mean, the extended universe of School Days is just fucked up in general, like, holy shit. Do not go look up all the extended games in that universe. You will regret it. I went down that rabbit hole and I wish I could unread it all. Good times, yeah. And by extended universe... Oh, do not. Yeah, if you look up School Days stuff, A family tree? Yeah, the family tree. So, 90... The family tree is what you don't want to look up because it gets really fucked up. But basically, almost all of the characters in that game are either first cousins, second cousins, brothers and sisters that don't know each other, or are the product of incest because their uncle impregnated their mother, like that kind of stuff. And like, you know, like there's like not even just teen pregnancy, like 12-year-old pregnancy, like it is really fucked up. So that's why I'm like, I wish I had never gone down that rabbit hole, because I can never unlearn what I've learned. Like, when you put it all in a perspective, the protagonist of School Days is a fucked up little piece of shit, but he is actually the nicest boy in that entire family tree. Which is the scary part. The more I hear, the more concern I have for Fuwawa. I mean, like, you can be into really fucked up stuff and not actually be a fucked up person. I mean, how many people say Hannibal Lecter is their comfort character? Like, but yeah, like, School Days, like, it's a really, like, kind of, like, messed up extended universe. But then you can look at it and go like, well, thank God my life's not like that. It's just, yeah. I forget, like, it was just recently I found out about the extended family tree thing. I think I was on TV tropes, because sometimes I just like to go read up on, like, different visual novels. It's like, I'll never be able to play this because, like, you know, it was released 30 years ago and, like, it's very obscure, but I'm gonna read up on, like, all these, because why not? And, like, yeah, I think I got to the School Days entry at some point and I read, like, all of, like, the extended stuff, because obviously they, like, put spoiler blocks, but they do talk about, like, all of, like, the incest and all that other stuff happening. And so I went and I checked out, like, the fandom wiki, and oh my god. No. Like, the people that are, like, put off by, like, clamp properties because, like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, like, teachers are dating, like, the 10-year-olds. That is nothing compared to the extended School Days universe. Like, holy shit. Oh god. Poor crony. Jesus. Things you cannot unsee. Oh god, yeah, things you cannot unsee. That's why I'm like, School Days in and of itself, it's fucked up, but it's okay. Like, compared to the extended universe, it is actually the most tame. But it's still, like, it's still pretty fucked up, but it's like, it's been, like, a little more cleaned up, especially the anime, because they don't make mention of, like, the extended family tree stuff. So yeah, when you watch the anime, you're like, wow, Makoto's, like, the biggest piece of shit. He got what he deserved coming. And then you read about the extended universe, and you're like, well, Makoto's still a piece of shit, but at this point, I think it is genetics, and this family should never be allowed to procreate again. Because, yeah, God. If you connect the family tree, I think Makoto's dad technically has 15 kids. And I don't think any of them are with people who are, like, total strangers. I think they're all within, like, people that are in his extended family tree. So there is incest, and then there's whatever the fuck this is. School Days saw, like, the School Days universe heard Game of Thrones was going to happen in the future. It's like, here, hold my beer, 20 years in the past. Yeah, God. That all started off me listing what other visual novel, anime stuff I've read or seen. Toko Geton. That's another one that had like huge like H-sheen stuff, and I mean it's still pretty ecchi. But it's a sequel in the same universe as Kao no Natsuki. And that was my first hentai that I watched. Because, yeah, it's like, you know, high school, I started getting into visual novels, and then, like, you know, at some point, you find out that they make OVAs for these, and some of them are, animate the H scenes, and, like, you know, next thing you know, BitTorrent! Toko Geton was funny, though. Well, not funny, but, like, it was interesting, but yeah. That was another one where they did the thing like Haruhi, where they aired it in, non-chronological order. So the first episode you watch is the end of the plot. Like, they did it going backwards. It was so weird. Like, with Haruhi, at least it made sense because, like, you know, everything was sort of a little weird to begin with. And since things were sort of out of order, it didn't matter that things weren't in chronological order, especially since most episodes were sort of episodic. But Toko Geton, they just straight up did it backwards. Like, it's like, you know, episode 1 ends with everyone solving the magical mystery, and then end of episode, they get reincarnated and finally meet again. And then it just keeps working backwards. It was so confusing because, yeah, no one knew they were going to air it backwards. That sounds so confusing. It was. Oh my goodness. Because, yeah, that was... I think it aired legitimately around... How that could be a good idea? Yeah. I think legitimately it was because it aired around the same time as Haruhi. And the fact Haruhi aired out of order generated a lot of talk, so I think they thought it would generate buzz. But because of the nature of the series, and like, you know, the fact that there was like a mystery that continued throughout all the episodes, it just ended up being confusing. Because at least with Haruhi, when there were episodes that were like basically part 1, part 2, part 3, they usually kept those together, at least. But yeah, Flan asked, do you play visual novels? And I go off on a tangent for 45 minutes. There's your answer. And they go back to the beginning. Yeah. Like, that's what I originally thought Tokugeton was doing, but no, it was just straight up the last episode is being aired first. I extended the stream, you did! Look at that power. I mean, I said it when I streamed one Kakuyaku no Kitsetsu E, because same thing happened. Zon mentioned that the remake for it was coming out, and I forgot to play the game for like 30 minutes as I talked about visual novels. I have like one friend IRL who plays VNs, and like one friend like who's a mutual on Twitter who plays VN, so I don't usually get the chance to talk about it, and it's like something I'm very passionate about. So yeah, when someone opens the floor for VN stuff, like the floodgates just, like, it just opens and everything just comes pouring out. It's cool to listen as someone who's not very aware of them. Yeah, that's good to know. And it's nice to have, like, know that there are other people in the community who are either passionate about VNs or interested in VNs, because it makes it easier for me to consider streaming them. Because, I mean, unless you're Furamoko or, like, Flayon or, like, Fulgur, like, corporate VTuber, a lot of VNs don't have great, like, viewership, which is understandable. They're like a niche genre kind of thing. But it's good to know that other people will enjoy watching it, because it's like, I don't need my visual novel streams to have like 100 viewers or something like that. It's just like, you know, just want to know that like there are other people who are looking forward to it as much as I am, kind of thing. Because it's one of those things, there's like nothing sadder than being passionate about something and having like a friend go like, oh, like that kind of thing. As a streamer, it feels even like, streamers get that as well. Because sometimes it's like, yeah, like, I can't wait to show all these people this thing I like, and it's like, where's Valorant? It's like, well, F you then. Like, I decided to be vulnerable and show you something I'm really passionate about, and now you're like, me. Whenever I mention Kingdom Hearts, oh my god. See, Iduna is a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Like, I haven't played it, I mean, I've tried to play it, but Iduna can recite it, like, backwards and forwards, and I watched her play Kingdom Hearts 2, like, 5 times. Like, we used to be roommates, and so she would be playing it all the time. So, like, I would just sit and watch her. Like, I have quote-unquote played Kingdom Hearts. And by played Kingdom Hearts, I meant I've sat beside Iduna on the couch as she's played every single installment. I mean, they're good games, and I do love them. It's just hilariously because I had a roommate who was roommate/bestie who was so passionate about the games and played them so much. I just myself have never played them because I never needed to. Iduna was just playing them all for me in my living room, so it's like, I just sat down and watched. That does mean some of the lore's a little disjointed to me, because like I probably zoned out or missed like some sections here or there, but like, I missed the news that 4 was coming out so soon, and I'm like, holy shit, what? Like, hold on here? I don't know if I would stream it, but I would be definitely open to hear about it. Yeah, I remember you telling us that story. It's so cute. Like, that's such a, like, a nice, like, parental moment. So I can totally understand why it stuck with you. Like, I have fond memories of Final Fantasy, like the OG Final Fantasy VII for the same reason. Because Iduna and I played that when we were roommates as well. And that was like the first Final Fantasy game for us both, I think. So neither of us knew about that whole, oh, if it's a zombie, just throw like a potion at it or heal it and it will die. So we're struggling and struggling and struggling and struggling and struggling to beat this boss in Cosmo Canyon. And finally she's like, Diana, just look it up. And like, so I read this thing, and I had to read it like 4 times, and she's looking at my face as I get constantly more and more confused, and she asked me, what? And it's like, it says throw a potion at it. She's like, there's no fucking way. I'm like, right, there's no fucking way. And then we threw a potion at it, and it died, and we're like, what the fuck? So yeah, very, very good memories of that game because we played it. She had a TV in her room when we were like university roommates, so like we would like sit on her bed for hours playing like RPG games. When strategy guides were actually reported, God, yeah. Yeah, just somehow, even though, you know, by that point, Final Fantasy VII was... How long had it been out? It had to have been at least a decade. This was like PS2, PS3-ish era we played it, so like a long time after it came out. And yeah, just somehow, we never knew. Oh, interesting. Good to know. Yeah, no. It's interesting when the games do those different kinds of mechanics. Just, yeah, when you don't know, you don't know. Foreign language Nestel strategy. Oh, that is interesting. Sometimes game developers really take advantage of that stuff. Interesting, interesting. Good to know, good to know. Alright, there we go. My strike time's about to end, and it is 10 p.m. Now I actually have to go, or I will not wake up in time for work. Always struggle with games that don't give very good direction. Same! Please see my playthroughs of Final Fantasy 1 through 3 so far, where we keep skipping important stuff because the games don't give directions. But, speaking of stream stuff, let me just... Because I finished my schedule. So I will post this up on Twitter for those that use it and want to see it there. But for the people here... Oh, yeah. Oh. I guess that's fine. We'll do it this way. It's a little bit. But yeah, so we've got more GBF because of the event. So it's gonna be sneak on through until about midweek. And then we're gonna go back to Isomnium, try and finish another route. Speaking of visual novel-like stuff, it's visual novel mixed with some action. Friday, the demo for the RPG version of GRANBLUE Fantasy supposed to come out on the PS4, so if I can get my PS4 and capture card to cooperate, we'll give that a go for a couple hours. Saturday, we'll be playing some more P5 Royal. Definitely can't finish it before Reloaded comes out, but let's play a bunch of it before Reloaded comes out, and then we completely forget about P5R for like months. And then Sunday, we'll play Scarlet. We'll go back to Scarlet. So yeah, that's the plan. Oh, so much good stuff's coming in February. F my life. Then there's like the Valentine's Day stuff. I'm planning some creative streams. We busy. So hopefully you guys can all look forward to that stuff. For now, time for me to go rest. God, I haven't showered. I was like, I should probably wait until after GRANBLUE to shower because I'm going to be sweaty gamer from all the grinding. So, I will see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. if you guys want to come along for more grinding as I talk about everything under the sun. It's been really fun to do all these kinds of Zatsu style streams. I wasn't sure if I would ever be good at doing these, but I finally seem to have gotten the hang of talking for like 3 hours, which is nice. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for stopping by. And if it's daytime where you are, hope you have a great rest of your day. If it's nighttime, I hope you have a great rest when you roll yourself off to bed. And until next I see you, Zatsus are so comfy. They are! I really love Zatsu content, but yeah, I was like, oh, am I gonna be good at them? Yes, I am. Time to become a Zatsu Lord. One day. But for now, that's it for me! Take care, guys! Bye-bye! Bye-bye-bye-bye!